Namaste. Welcome to this short practice I like to call limber to sit. So this is a short practice of limbering movements, asanas and other movements that help us to sit comfortably when we come to do a seated practice. So particularly useful before meditating or pranayama, something like this. And let's get started without further ado. So we're going to start with our feet out in front. I've just turned slightly sideways because it's a little bit easier. And here you can lift the flesh of your buttocks out of the way, an advantage to having fleshy buttocks. And so you feel the bony bits in your bottom, ischial tuberosities is their real name, but often called sit bones, really firmly planted into the ground. And then here, you might be comfortable just sitting upright. Most people are a little bit more comfortable leaning back slightly, but please take care on your wrists if your wrists are sensitive. You can always tense your fingertips and that will help keep your wrists in a safer position. So feet are nice and wide apart. We're just going to open the toes as far as we can away from each other, and then scrunch the toes up as close together as possible. So we're going to coordinate our movement and breath together. So breathing in as you spread the toes wide, and breathing out as you scrunch them up. Breathing in, spreading the toes. Breathing out, scrunching them up. Breathing out, find space between each toe if you can. And breathing out, draw them close together. Breathing in. Breathing out. We'll do one more. Breathing in and breathing out. Now the whole foot. Breathing in, draw the toes back towards you, flexing the heels away. Breathing out, point the toes away from you and really stretch to the front of the top of the foot. Breathing in, toes back towards you. Breathing out, pointing away. Breathing in. Don't worry if you're coordinated the opposite way. Breathing out. As long as you're moving with your breath. Breathing in. Breathing out. You're going to try and marry the movement to the breath, so that as you finish exhaling, you finish pointing your toes. And as you finish inhaling, moving for the whole of the breath, you finish flexing. Breathing out. Breathing in. Very good. Breathing out. Let's do one more. Breathing in. Breathing out. And then here, we're going to breathe in, roll the toes towards each other and up. Breathe out, roll the toes away and pointing forwards. Breathing in, rotating back and up. Breathing out, away and down. Breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing in, one more in this direction, breathing out, and then rolling the other way, breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, very deliberate, breathing out, breathing in, breathing out, find your range of movement, breathing in, breathing out, and one more this way, breathing in. Breathing out. Very good. Relaxing the feet, bringing the legs closer together. We're going to ease the flesh of the buttocks backwards once more. Bend the right knee into the chest. Hug the right knee towards you. So we've got options here. We can use the hands behind the thigh to hug the knee towards us. We're going to flex both feet and kick. We're going to do about 10 kicks. So we're just doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Lovely. So the idea here is not to get the leg absolutely straight, which might be a bit hard, but to simply lubricate the knee joint by doing this cranking motion. And so this, if that felt comfortable to you, you can do 10 more like that. If you can, also sitting really tall, using a little bit of tummy power to lift the chest and lift the back tall, keeping the shoulders back and down. If you want a little bit more challenge, rest your fingertips lightly on top of your knee. We'll all kick again for 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Lovely. Hug that leg towards you and then just draw circles with your toes. And you can build up to this. It doesn't need to be circles with the massive circles. We're going in the opposite direction as well. Again, just moving the knee, moving a little bit the thigh bone in our hip socket. And then we're going to take the right foot to the floor, sit forward a little, lift the right arm up, bring the right elbow to the inside of the right knee, lift the right leg and hold underneath. So you end up with your right hand on the outside of your right ankle. We're going to hold with both hands and we're going to take that right knee up towards our shoulder. It doesn't matter how far it goes. And sitting tall at the same time, holding the leg with both hands and just gently rocking. And here we're warming up in the pelvis, some of the deeper tissues. It's called cradling the baby. And it's a relatively small movement. We're not looking to stretch anything particularly here. We're just looking to hold this position and move with it. So a nice fluid movement. And then when you're ready, you can ease your right ankle over your left thigh and sitting tall, making sure that this foot isn't sickled. So if you have the outside of the foot against your thigh and you've twisted or really stretched the outside of the right ankle, better to leave your right foot on the floor on the inside of your left thigh. Okay? If you can, in this position, sitting tall, and we're simply going to press the top of the thigh, not the knee, but the thigh or the inside of the thigh down towards the floor. So we're actually also pressing the outside of the thigh down towards the floor. And just holding as we breathe. An easy movement. So always working well within your limits, not to any point of pain. Gently releasing. Bringing your knee into your chest, taking the foot to the floor, making sure the knee and the foot are lined up and stretching away. So we come back into the center. We've got both legs straight. We're going to ease the flesh of the buttocks again, reestablish our firm foundation, bend in the left leg, flex both feet, holding around the back of the thigh, lifting tall, shoulders back and down, kicking for 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. If you can, swapping to the top hold and doing another 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Lovely job. Hug that thigh towards you, wrapping your arms around and then drawing nice big circles with your toes. Your other foot is not here relaxing, it's active, keeping the pelvis active on both sides, but doing different things. Let's go in the opposite direction as well. And you can do this more slowly if it suits you. I apologize, I've sort of rushed through this one. There we go. And left foot to the floor, raising the left arm up, bringing the left elbow to the inside of the left knee, lifting the left leg, holding around the outside underneath, holding with both hands, shifting your knee a little bit closer towards your shoulder if you can, sitting upright at the same time, really important, and just gently twisting. So the most important thing with any posture is the position of your spine. So if you can keep the length in your spine here, then it will encourage you to do better work than if you're rounded here. It's really hard to access the space in the hip. But if you're lifted, you get to access that space a little bit better. So just gently mobilizing, warming, lubricating joints, making the synovial fluid more fluid, yes, less viscous. And then when you're ready, you can ease the left ankle over the right thigh. And again, that means that ankle isn't sickled, there's no twisting, there's no pressure on the outside of the ankle. But if there is, take it to the inside of your right thigh. And you'll find that if you work there, you'll open things faster than if you hurt your ankle and then you injure yourself. So foot inside or foot on top, sit tall, press on the inside of the left thigh as you press the outside of the left thigh towards the floor. You can support your foot with your hand as well if you like. It's really important not to feel this in your knees. So this is not about the knees. So if you have any discomfort in your knees, then don't do this. Rest out of it. Take the other variation and gently release away. Draw the knee into the chest, heel to the floor, stretch the legs away. Then take the legs relatively wide, and we're going to make the knees nice and soft and make circles with the knees, but also with the ankles. So you find that your knees almost kiss each other in the middle, then roll out to the outside and roll together again. And as you do this, your upper body, which is connected to your legs and your pelvis, finds itself in this undulating pattern. So this wave comes through the body. So we're rolling the femurs, the thigh bones in the hip sockets, and this action of moving backwards and forwards creates a wave in the upper body. And if you can, allow your upper body to feel this wave. So you can do the octopus, this is called. So opening your chest, maybe allowing your head to move with the movement as well, allowing your arms to move, feeling strong in your center, so allowing your tummy muscles to work to support the movement as well. And then when you're ready, just releasing out of that, we're going to bring the soles of our feet together or towards each other and hold wherever is comfortable. It might be the toes, the center of the foot, the ankle, and use your elbows to gently press the knees out to touch and gently rock from side to side. And as you do that, you might be able to feel the effect across the back of the body, the sides of the thighs, the sides of the hips. Just a little bit of Weeble action, a little bit of releasing of the muscles, tissues, fascia. Coming back to center whenever you're ready. And we're just gently going to lightly bounce the knees. So holding wherever is comfortable, trying to, again, feel that length in the spine and just lightly bounce the knees. The butterfly pose, this is called, and we're after a flutter. So a small but rapid movement up and down. Flutter, flutter. Whenever you're ready, you can bring your knees to stillness. And then take a moment here to ease the inner thighs away from each other using the elbows. You might need to bend forward a little. Again, not so you feel anything in your knee. So if you feel it across the inside of your knee, across the center of the knee, then just avoiding this practice, this slightly more challenging variation. And once we've done that, we're going to lean back on our hands, take the chest away from the knees to open that space in the pelvis, and then take your knees to the floor, towards the floor, under their own steam, maybe even turning the soles of the feet up a little if that comes naturally to you. So this is a little bit more effective, and gently releasing. Going to gather the knees up, 1 and 2, and just drape ourselves over our knees, tuck the chin towards the chest, Take a couple of deep breaths. It's like a seated child's pose. Let me turn sideways so you can see. And now we're ready to practice some sitting. So let's choose Sukhasana, easy cross-legged pose. So here we are coming into the simple cross-legged pose we all took as children on the floor at school. And we're trying to get back into that feeling of feeling a little bit playful and childlike with our bodies. So we're going to rest the hands onto the knees and just gently begin with a little side-to-side motion. And when you're ready, you can turn that into a little bit more of a stirring motion. And you can develop that motion so that you become much more folded and much more open as you go round. You can use the arms, you can move in the shoulders, you can feel the sides of the body awakening. And we'll go the opposite way as well. Very important. Of course, if you feel this in your knees, then you can take a smaller motion, or my feet keep rubbing on my mat, or you can rest out of this twisting completely. When you're ready, come back to center. You can do this with the legs wide as well. So it's the same thing. You only have to do it one way round. And so if your knees feel the effect of sitting cross-legged, you can do it with your legs wide instead. Crossing your feet the opposite way if you're doing it cross-legged, sitting tall, a little side to side to begin with. And then when you're ready, making swirling circles with the upper body. If you can, allow your neck and head to be an extension of your spine. So when your spine is lifted, your chin is lifted, and when your spine is folded, your chin's folded. Let's go the opposite way as well. And remember, you can use your arms, feel the shoulders moving, feel into the sides of the body as well. Whenever you're ready, coming back to center, we're going to lengthen our legs out. They don't need to be close together, but just towards each other, not really, really wide apart. And with your knees a little bit soft, knees a little bit bent, just finding a way to fold forward, maybe keeping a little bit of length down the back of the body, shoulder blades coming towards each other, chin, so that the back of your neck is lengthened, not dropped all the way forward, just tucked in. And releasing out. Final posture before coming into sitting is having the hands behind you. It doesn't matter if your fingertips are turned backwards, sideways, or forwards. Just whatever is best for your shoulders. We're going to bend the knees, breathe in, take the hips up, open the chest, breathe out and down. Breathing in and up. Breathing out and down. Reverse tabletop. One more like this. Breathing in and up. Breathing out and down. And of course, you can do this with your legs long as well, if you'd like to. Breathing in and up. Breathing out and down. So doing either of those variations. And then when you come to sit cross-legged, then take a moment, closing the eyes or gazing gently downward. Feel your body absorbing and assimilating all of that information, that stimulation. And hopefully you've got just that little bit more space, a little bit more comfort in your cross-legged position. Ready for the practice of stillness, breath, pranayama. or perhaps just ready to start your day. Namaste. Thank you for joining me for this short practice dedicated to sitting, limbering to sit. I hope that you found it useful. I hope that you'll use it before you do your seated stillness practices. Please give it a thumbs up, and I will see you again. Namaste.